Okay guys, we're going to go over the best meta Evo players to do. Evolutions to actually do that are probably worth it. And don't forget, you do get a few upgrades. The main thing here you're really playing for is that bruiser play style and the actual start upgrades. But before we do that, I want to quickly show you something in terms of the SBCs. Well, a lot of SBCs actually came out today rather. But I really want to focus on just two. Number one is Martinelli. Now Martinelli currently he's a bit pricey, but just to quickly show you. This card is very, very good. Yes, he's going to be pricey. I suspect it's not actually not going to be too much, but with that high sprint speed, that shooting, that pass, that dribbling, and don't forget he does have a 5-star skill moves and the ability to play on both the left and the right hand side. And more importantly, look at this finesse shot play style, technical plus, rapid, flair, trivela, and quick step. These four, should I say, probably the most important play styles for an attacker. He has all of them. He's definitely a card that's worth considering. You know, with a hunter, he gets 99 sprint speed and 95 finishing. I think that is definitely a card that is worth considering with an engine on him. In terms of the Hullet card, we don't actually know the price of the Hullet card yet. All I know is this Hullet is going to be very, very expensive. I think it's going to be about 3 million coins. Is he worth it? It's a bit of a tricky one. I think he's a good card. 5-star weak foot, no 5-star, 5-star. But he's not really, he's a good card. Listen, he's not a bad card by any means. Of course, he's a very, very good card. One of the best centre mids. But the issue is his price. His pricing is a bit all over the place. But they're saying now about 3 million. So, I mean, I don't think the card's worth 3 mil. I mean, that's just kind of my opinion. But anyway, let's just go into these evolutions because there's quite a few of them. Now, for the evolutions, we are talking about Like a Rock. Now, the main thing here is that you're really paying for is the passing, the dribbling, defending upgrades, and then you're talking about the main thing, which is the bruiser playstyle. It's quite easy to do and it's practically for free. Now, there's a few things that I want to go over. I'm just going to quickly change screens here for a second. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go here to Google Chrome and I'm just going to show you something. Now we're just really going to go here just over the meta players here. So I don't really want to talk about, you know, the somewhat casual players. We're going to go here to evolve players. Now, the good thing is there's a lot of cards here that were previously not that usable that are more usable. I think this is what I like about these evolutions. We're going to go over here to, you can see, look, hang on one second. Its price not been updated yet. There's a few of these other cards. I'm waiting for his price to come up, but no update on his price. Let's go have a look at the popular ones. So the first one is Trent. If it loads, that is. So Trent, I'm just going to do this on foot.gg. Sometimes it can be a bit annoying to search this. So Trent Arnold, I think it's a decent card. You see, one of these cards I would say is more of a centre mid card. You see, the problem is with fullbacks, they lack really the pace. You know, if you need someone that's got 90 sprint speed, so the cards of this, they're good cards on paper, but their roles are not actually right wing backs and right backs. They're actually centre midfielders. Now, the big defending upgrade is where you see everything, the good defense awareness. I think Trent would be a good centre mid. If you remember my FIFA 19 days, I packed Trent team of the year, if you remember, and I used to play him in centre mid. So this has now become a very good centre mid card that can defend very well. You know, we're talking about 86 defense awareness here. This is no joke, guys. This is actually a really, really good card. 95 stamina, and he's got that bruiser new playstyle as well. So definitely a card that's worth recommending. You see, a lot of these cards that maybe we don't really think about at first glance actually end up becoming very, very good. I'm just going to close some of these here. Like so, we'll come back to these. Next one is Pedri. Now, Pedri is the one that I think that we are all kind of looking at. Now, Pedri is a card that I think before initially he was just purely an attacking centre mid. There wasn't really any... I would say there wasn't really anything about Pedri that was really standoutish in terms of defensive side. He lacked the defending. You could see, if you look at his gold card there, he significantly lacked the defending. It was made as a stand tackling. To be honest, the stand tackling wasn't the most important. Yes, you're playing for the tiki-taka play style and the dribbling, but that was pretty much it. It's just the passing, the dribbling. He wouldn't offer any defensive capabilities. But, again, you can see now, when you put a shadow on him, he's now got at least 80 defense awareness. So now as a box to box, if you're looking like someone like Alexia, she is very, very good. We know that she can play the attacking role, but she can also play the defense role. She can shoot. But if you need a center mid that can shoot, but it can also do a bit of defending, then he's definitely the card to go for. I would say he's probably good, especially looking for those La Liga cards, those La Liga chemistry links, got the stamina as well. But I wish this card did have a bigger pace boost. You know, if the objective itself had a bigger pace boost, it would be fantastic. But really here you're playing for the physicality and the defending. Again, I would say another top tier card. I really think this card is definitely worth it. Some of these cards, I said, at first glance, they don't really look that good. But when you figure them out, they are. Next we're going to go is Camavinga. Now, Camavinga, again, quite similar, actually. Camavinga. Now, Camavinga, the reason why I like him is because he's got the jockey playstyle. Again, he can't really play a left-back role, but because he's got that jockey playstyle, he's going to be good moving. Now, this is what now has made him even a better card, because now he's got 83 agility, 81 balance, right? The main thing here you're paying for is the 82 defense awareness. His gold card really lacked the defense awareness. That's the thing. You know, if we compare his gold card, it just central defense awareness was okay. That's the way I look at it. It was okay. It wasn't good enough to be a box-to-box centre mid. But now when we look at his card now, he can play that CDM role very, very well. In fact, when you put a shadow on him, it ends up bringing it to 86. And to be honest, with La Liga links, you can get a lot of cards in together. He's got a technical playstyle, and he's of course going to have the Bruiser now playstyle as well. So again, I think it's a very, very good card if you're asking me, to be completely honest. I think he's a good CDM, especially in La Liga. To be honest, he's French, so you can probably get those links anywhere across the board. I don't think you have to worry too much. That's the problem with some of these cards. You really got to worry about them, because some of these cards, they haven't really got the links. I think cards like this, they really work out because they have all the links that you want. We're going to look at Fernandez in a second. Fernandez, and I will look at Koke. So we're going to go here. We're just going to type in Fernandez. Back to evolutions. This problem is when you're watching this video, probably when it's 6 p.m. So Enzo Fernandez. Now this is an interesting one. He does actually, to be honest, he's actually a decent card, but he does lack the pace. Maybe you can argue someone like a Tonali might be better than Enzo Fernandez. Yes, Tonali won't be as good overall per se, but you see Tonali, Tonali's got that very high sprint speed. That's the thing. With Fernandez, he hasn't really got that sprint speed, nor has he got that ability to run. So although on paper this is a really good CDM card, I wouldn't say he's not a bad card at all, but I just think he does lack that pace. I think if you're talking about like a real meta card, he really lacks that pace. That's one thing you'll notice this year, especially if you're trying to be aggressive, that you can't really get away with players that are not that quick. You need players that have that pace and have that ability. So that is another card as well. The next card I wanted to go over was the Koke. Now, Koke over here. Actually, to be honest, he's a bit slow. I thought he was faster. I thought he looked faster for a second. Not a bad CDM, but again, I think you're better off just picking someone like Camavinga there, to be completely honest. But again, if you have, for example, a card, let's say there's a card that you really, really like, I would definitely say maybe it's worth considering doing some of these cards. In fact, what we're going to do, we're going to do a custom filter here. We're going to custom filter and we're going to do sprint speed greater than 75. Because in this way, at least we filter the cards here realistically that are at least usable. And what I mean by usable, I mean by just really have that pace. We're going to bring this player up as well. Because a lot of these cards, I said, they get their jobs done. There's actually a lot of fullbacks here. So you're looking for some fullbacks. There's actually some pretty good cards here. A lot of these guys are fullbacks. We'll have to drop the pace. You've got Pedri, you've got Trent that we already went over. Again, a lot of these other cards, if they can play centre back, then maybe we'll come back to the most popular as well. We got actually Lewis. Have a look at actually Rico Lewis. He looks actually pretty decent. Yeah, we'll have a look at Rico Lewis actually. I believe. I think he's a really good card. So you see, these are the gems that you need to really go and find. I actually did her already at her evolution. She's actually a really decent card, but we'll go over it again now. Interesting. So you got to do all three of them. Okay, interesting. So anyway, Rico Lewis. I don't think everyone has done detail orientated here really. I don't think everyone has done detail oriented, but most of you probably have. But if you haven't, this Rico Lewis can play. Oh man, he's actually going to be an insane CDM, because you see he's got 81 sprint speed, he's got quick step as well, 99 short passing, wow, 86 long passing. Now this ends up becoming a really good card, guys. Here, this is actually insane. 87 stand type, defense awareness. Let's see what goes at shadow. Okay, that's very interesting. This could be one of the best CDMs. Forget the Premier League, maybe even considering even the game. Better jockey play style, even better. But look at that. 91 defensive awareness and 89 sprint speed. He's actually a very good card. 99 short passing. You know what? This might be the card to do. If you haven't done detail oriented, this might be the card to do. He's 5'9", so you know what? He's not the shortest. I thought it was like a bit shorter. You know what? That is actually not a bad card to do. We're just going to filter positions. We're just going to go to all the attacking players here. We're going to go to centre back. Let's filter it like this. I'm trying to see if there's anyone here. So Rico Lewis is probably, if you can go all the way, he's definitely the card I would say is probably worth doing. Gavi will have a look at, but I don't think it's probably worth doing. You think there's anyone really here that's a bit more probably worth doing, should I say? So it appears that Rico Lewis is probably the best cards. One other thing we're going to do actually, we're going to remove this. We're going to remove these filters. We're going to check Premier. We're going to do it by leagues actually as well, while waiting for the most popular to come out. Because see, like Rico Lewis, he's not really on Footbin's most popular. So sometimes you got to wait, see what those cards are. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to Premier League. We'll come back. If you want to skip to that part at the end of the video where you go to most popular, you can do. But now we're going to try to find those hidden gems in the Premier League. Look, there's only Trent and Rico Lewis. Elliot is probably a bit too. It's still Pinyan though. Mitchell looks actually pretty decent. Actually, let's have a look at him. Can play Danilo. Well, actually, Danilo looks pretty decent. You know what? There's actually quite a lot of CDMs here, guys, that can actually get the job done. Yeah, this now here I'm just talking about really quick players. Now, of course, you can get Basuma in as well. If you want to, you could reduce the sprint speed, but I think sprint speed is very important. I think realistically, below 75 is not really ideal. Not ideal at all. Let's add another league in. Let's go to La Liga. Let's go to La Liga. So we know Pedri. I don't think there's anyone here that really stands out. We'll try League One now. That's the thing with some of these, is that sometimes you can find these real good gems here. None of these cards can play centre mid, can they? Kazawa is not bad, but he's a left back. Just gonna go here to the filters again. Okay, I missed Kakare. Could get the job done. Wow, he actually looks really good. He looks like Kakare from last year. Maitland-Niles doesn't look too bad either, because he can play that centre mid role. Golovin, not too bad, but not the best. There's actually a lot of hidden gems here, guys. You know what? This might be one This one might be the genuine one, the better ones, because Mukiele can play centre back as well. So we'll have a look at him and Todibo. So you see, guys, this is actually very interesting. This is very interesting indeed, because there's actually a lot of players here maybe you wouldn't otherwise think to look for. And actually, I'm going to quickly go back to Premier League 1 second. Let me have a quick look. If I move League 1, Uber Eats. Stefan can play there. We'll add him in. Cucurella can play centre back. Well, actually, you know what? There's actually a lot of players here, guys. This is very interesting indeed. Gallagher as well. I think this might be one of the best evolutions indirectly they've actually released here. Again, I'm mainly focusing on just Sambi Lokonga. Error. Okay, so this is very interesting because a lot of these players that initially I didn't really think about too much. You got Laviat as well. Ramsey can play centre mid. Timber and Konsa because they're very good centre backs. Curial. Guess I was actually mistaken. See, that is why you gotta really gotta look at some of these. These are some insane. You know what? These are actually insane. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else that I missed. There's so many, and the fact, don't forget, guys, this is free, by the way. This is honestly, it's a free, like a rock. Yeah, it's absolutely free. This is actually really interesting, guys. There's almost too many players to go over. I don't know. This is going to end up becoming a documentary, but I feel like I have to go through some of these players. I feel like I can't. Let's just go to back to La Liga. We'll do the major 5 leagues here. We'll go do the major 5 leagues here. If you want to skip ahead by a couple of minutes, you can do. The La Liga here. Let's have a look what La Liga's got. And then we'll get rid of attackers, and then we'll get rid of Uber 1. Wow, I'm not heard this guy before. Sergio Roberto. Camavinga went over already. He's actually a good centre back. Interesting. And then we're gonna do Syria. We'll get rid of La Liga now. Syria. Got Benacer. I don't think there's really anyone else that's really standoutish here. We've got Ricci. Vela. And I think that is pretty much it. There isn't really anyone else here. That's a real standout. Enzi looks pretty good as well. There's almost too many players, guys. Okay, I think we'll just halt it there. But I think there's just way too many players. There's probably going to be 1 or 2 gems that I'll come back on Footbin. I think the final league we will do is Bundesliga. I think that'll be the final league that we'll do. Guys, there's a lot of insane players here. Bundesliga now. Schaefer. Heller. He's got the auto intercept playstyle plus. I was thinking about Lamer for a second. We probably wouldn't have got upgraded because I think he's a bit too high here. Okay, let's go over this. We got some insane cards now. Okay, now this is where things get very interesting. Thank God my computer can run all these tabs. That is something else altogether. Is anyone that we really missed on the popular tab? Gavi. We'll have a look at her briefly. Longstaff. Have a look. Moratti too slow. So you can see even Footbin have missed it. Timber, yeah, he's come up. Fred. Let's hope my computer doesn't crash now. It may have. Let's see. Well, Fred looks actually. Well, no one's really on Centurion box. Okay, let's have a look. Gavi, maybe he doesn't as good as he looks. Stand tackling is basically redundant in my opinion because if you time the tackle correctly, you're going to win the ball regardless. Gavi doesn't really have good defense awareness. It's going to be too slow on the run and jockey. Estupinian, you can only play left back. Why is that? Okay, I see. Okay. I thought he could play right back as well. Anyway, a bit too slow, bit too low on the sprint speed here. Yeah, too slow, I would say, for a fullback. Mitchell, too slow for a fullback, but not a bad card. Again, maybe a card that could probably play a bit more with the centre mid, you know. Maybe even as a CDM. Look at that, high. And he's got a jockey playstyle. 88 defense awareness. Maybe a tad bit too slow, but if you move them into the CDM role, it would be a very good card. Danilo, good card. Intercept playstyle plus as well. High. If you're looking for a good CDM, I think if you can go through all of them with detail oriented, I think Danilo's a good card as well. Hickey. Wow, he's actually another very good card as well. And he's got a 5-star weak foot, right? Again, this is more of a center. So look, a lot of these cards are center mid worthy, but I wouldn't play him as a left back. You know, maybe if I had like a starter in a 4-back formation, I played a 3-back in game, I can move him I could put him in left back or right back and then move him to centre mid in game. I think with his shadow, you might ask me, would he get away with him as a winger? I mean, as a fullback. The thing is, most wingers are pretty fast. So it's not a fact of can he get away with it. It's more of a fact of he's going to be taken. It's going to be more of, are you going to be able to defend it? But what a card. 91 short passing. 5-star weak foot. Some of these cards are actually really good. This guy, he's actually okay. Again, another one of those cards, really. Basuma is the pure CDM. I think with the Shadow, Basuma is going to be very good. He's got the shot power and the long shot, so he can go for the shooting as well. And he's got the good passing, physicality, defending. But the Shadow, I think, is very good. I think this is a very, very good card as well. But he lacks the pace. I wish he was a bit faster. That's the only downside here. Maybe Rico Lewis will be ahead of him. Kakare looks decent as a CDM. Maybe that guy from Switzerland. What's his name? Begins with Z. Might be better than Kakare. I forgot his name. It's Zakaria, I think. Yeah. I think this is a good card, but I think the way I look at it is 85 defensive awareness, no different playstyles. Maybe you could just get a Zakaria with a shadow and be done with it. Maitland-Niles. Now, this is where things get interesting. Defense awareness is not that high. I think it's not that he's a decent card, but I wouldn't say he's significantly an amazing card here, guys. I think with this card here, he's... As a box-to-box, I think he's okay. He hasn't really got any good shooting. Passing is good and the physicality, and lacks a bit on the agility, and then a decent card. Maybe not worth considering. This card over. Okay, so this is where things are interesting. Look, 82 sprint speed, with a shadow bring it to 90. So the only thing that puts Zaire, I think that's how you say his name, is that he's got the intercept playstyle plus. That's the only thing that's kind of propelling him forward, and of course he's got that amazing short passing, medium high work rate, and good stamina. And he's French. A lot of people have got a lot of French teams. Belgrade is slightly worse than him. Mukiele. It's a good centre-back card, Widesh. With a shadow, if you're running out of League One. There's a lot of League One cards, though, that are good, that are centre-backs. That's the thing, you know. I don't think it's... let's go here. I wish you could just save these filters, really. Again, really looking for sprint speed. Maybe someone like Kunde got the hiccups. To be fair, Marquinhos probably get the job done. I think Marquinhos will definitely be better. He's probably one of the best centre backs. You can even get a link over here to Kimpembe as well, Titi. Even Hernandez you can get in as well. He's a very good card. I think his SBC expired, is it not? I think. But good cards, but I don't. Yes, I would say that card probably not worth it. Todibo, a good centre back as well. Jockey playstyle. This might be worth it actually with a shadow. Lacks acceleration, otherwise a pretty decent card. Stefan, another decent card here. Lacks the pace, but again got intercept playstyle plus here. Intercept playstyle plus, very good passing. 93 short passing, guys. So another very good card here. 90 long passing, 96 stamina. 85 defensive awareness. Again, I would say this is another very good card. With a shadow, it'll be good. Maybe Riculus will be better overall. Cucurella with a centre back, he's actually not too bad either. But I don't think he's better than a VVD. Andre Santos. Now, this is interesting because I haven't got this. Lacks of defensive awareness. Looked good on paper. See that 77 defending? Sometimes it can be a bit deceptive. Adams now. If he did have better defensive awareness, it would have worked out, but he doesn't. Gallagher lacks defensive awareness, got intercept playstyle plus though. Has got significant shrinks, I would probably say not worth it. Walters, there's a lot to do. But yeah, it's probably not worth it. If you're not a fan, maybe. Samuel Okonga lacks the pace here, maybe a bit too slow. And defensive awareness is too slow. A card I will not consider. Kera as a centre back. Not better BBD. Lavia, a very interesting card, 75 medium high. As a CDM, he's a very good card actually. He would just lack the pace. That's the thing. So a lot of these cards, they're very good. Ramsey, is he? That's not bad because he intercept the play style. He hasn't got the best of shooting, but with his shadow, 84 defensive awareness, 89 sprint speed. As a box to box, he wouldn't be too bad because he can do everything. His passing could be better, don't get me wrong. But as a CDM with intercept playstyle, I think he's actually not too bad. Timber, one of my favourite cards in the game. Whoa, jockey. So this is where things are interesting. Because with the jockey playstyle, it's 94 defensive awareness. 94. That is insane, guys. Insane. 94 defensive awareness. And it's got top tier agility and balance. The thing is, the links is hard to get him in. We've got a jockey playstyle and intercept. And of course, now he gets there. The bruiser. This is actually very interesting. Because that 94 defensive awareness is really changing the card. If the sprint speed was a bit better, it would be actually insane. I've used this card when the game came out. He's actually a very, very good card. Concert is very similar again. Look at that, guys. With a shadow. Anticipate as well. 94 defensive awareness. 91 sprint speed. You know what? They have actually offered so many meta cards. Batman Ace, I love this card. I remember like 2 years ago. With a shadow again. He's a very good card as well. Medium though, as Emery went through. We also went through him. Actually, we did not actually. Good centre mid, box to box. Mika Mamol. This is another very good card. You know, this is actually, what's his height? This all determines on his height. Is he 6 foot? That's actually really good. This is interesting. He's got quick step into it. He's got tiki-taka playstyle as well, which is kind of important for a centre-back. Lacks the stamina, but not the end of the world because he's centre-back. 99 short passing. I mean, a Kunde would be better, of course, or a Demetatal. But again, as a free card upgrade, effectively, I suppose you still got to do detail-oriented, which I believe does cost some money. I'm not too sure on that one. Sergio Roberto is another very good centre mid compared to CDM role as well. Medium mid, not the ideal. We're just running over the last few here. Keiki, I think as they say his name. Decent card as well. Kunde would be better. Not worth getting him. Benasser is decent. High medium though, as opposed to medium high. That's actually a very good centre mid card if you're looking for one. Ricci. Wow, that's a very good card. This is the real gem, guys. Because you see 80 sprint speed, 88 defense awareness, good agility and balance, and he's got the jockey playstyle, and he's got the intercept playstyle plus. Then this has now made this card exceptionally good. With a Shadow, he's probably up there with some of the best CDMs in the game because he can actually shoot the ball as well. 94 stamina. He's not going to run out. Good strength. 93 short passing. Ricci's another very good card. Rovella, I think, is another good card again. I'll probably say Ricci would be better overall if you're looking for a CDM though. Kenny, a good box to box. You can put a Hunter or a Shadow. You have the ability to go with anything there when make him more attacking. Schaefer, a bit long, but decent card nonetheless. 84 sprint speed. Could be better, but again, it's the intercept playstyle plus 96 short passing though. You know what? 5-star weak foot. This could be again another legendary card. There's so many good cards in this one. This one's a very interesting. Papella, okay. We've got another one, jockey playstyle as well. Not the best though. Could have better defense awareness, but sprint speed. And last one. Guys, there's actually a lot of good cards here. Longstaff is actually very good as well because he can shoot. He's got good shot power and decent long shots. And then a long way to go, but he's gonna have 88 defense awareness. Suzuki, why is she standing out a lot? Because of her defense awareness, maybe. Fred looks decent. He's in Fenerbahce now. She looks good, but she's a bit too slow. Guys, there's a lot of cards here. There is a lot of cards here. And the website, I think, is crashed. I don't think we really missed anyone out. We might have missed Sar out. We can have a look at Sar. I think that's the only card that we really missed out here. I ain't gonna lie, guys. Some insane cards. Some insane cards indeed. Pablo Ibanez. How does he get to 85? This is another Ibanez. Well, that's a lot. That's a long way to go for low defense awareness. Sar's not too bad either, to be honest. Medium there. Guys, that's a long way though. Guys, there's so many. Honestly, I could probably spend ages going over this, like honestly, but definitely do it. There's so many options. I think I'm probably gonna go for Rico Lewis, guys. This Ronaldo's 5. How much is Martinelli actually? How much was Inian? Guys, there's so many options. I am not gonna lie. There's so many options here. I think there's just too many options. I think this might be one of the best ones they've released yet. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will probably catch you again next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.